Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Week 5 Cuse Insider with Orange head coach Dino Babers. I'm Matt Park. Good to have you along with us. The Orange are headed on the road to take on number 3 Clemson this Saturday with a noon start and doing it 4-0, Coach. First time in this program since the early 1990s. And how did you enjoy that with your team this week?
You know, it was nice. It was, if anyone would have said, hey, we can make sure that you're going to be 4-0 after 4 games, would you take it? I would go, yeah, I think I would take it. They really handled it in a very mature way. They were excited about the 4-0 start, but they're also excited about the opportunity that's coming up.
Think about the last time the Orange were 4-0 in 1991. They really were rolling in the late 80s. Coach Mack surprised everybody going on to the New England Patriots, and Coach Pasqualoni had a really good, loaded team. They got off to a quality start that included a win against number 5 Florida at that stretch. You've kind of gone about it almost a different way, where we've seen your team show promise, not really finish the seasons that strong, but you got to be feeling great about who you are and where you are right now.
You know, one of the last things I said last year is I really like this team, and I really thought that we were going to have an opportunity to come together. We had to have some pieces fall into place, and unfortunately they did. They have. So I really like what we do on the offensive line. I really like what we do on the defensive line. I really like our quarterback. And I think with all the other things that are around it, I think that we can find a way, some kind of way to make it happen. And we've been able to do that, and we're looking forward to see what we can do this Saturday.
Sure. The ACC this week recognized Eric Dungy, Alton Robinson, Sean Riley for their incredible performances in the 30-point win against Connecticut. What about you? When the coaches get together and they've got time to review the film and grade everybody out, is there anything that came with a little more light that you didn't know about on Saturday?
I thought that the outside corners and safeties did a better job of tackling. They're not perfect, and that's what we've got to be back there. We've got to be perfect in the way we handle our techniques and fundamentals to really eliminate the big plays. We had the one big run down the middle of the field for 75 yards, but we had a guy fall down, so we didn't even get an opportunity. The guy literally was not touched, and he's a super fast player. But the back end, I think, was doing a fantastic job, and I really liked the way some of the receivers blocked on the perimeter for the run game and the quarterbacks. I thought those were the things that stood out on tape.
Really, for the first time, big plays crept up against you. We hadn't seen it outside of the third quarter of the Western Michigan game. Now you take on a Clemson team that is as capable of the big play as just about any in the country. We'll talk about their quarterback situation, which is so unique, but how about their wide receivers, their game breakers? What do you think?
They have dynamite wide receivers, and if they get one-on-one and we don't bring them down, they're going to be hard to catch. The speed, we still have a big speed deficiency on our football team, and you could see that in the Western Michigan game. You could see that with the quarterback from Connecticut when he stepped out on us, and it's going to be there versus Clemson as well. Now, just because you're the fastest team doesn't mean you're going to win. But what it does mean is that when you don't have that speed, you got to play a certain style, and you got to be mentally tough and not make the mistakes that get you into trouble. So it's going to be fun going out there and matching that speed and seeing how we do.
Now, on Monday morning, Devo Sweeney, your Clemson counterpart, named freshman Trevor Lawrence as the starting quarterback ahead of Kelly Bryant, who was the starter in last year's game. And I think as of Monday and Tuesday, all of us thought, well, they'll still play both quarterbacks in this game. You've been at this 35 years. Have you ever been the opponent in the week where a quarterback decided to transfer, which is what it looks like Bryant is going to do? I guess that's a residue of this new redshirt rule where you're able to play 4 games as he has so far. And how does that shift your preparation?
It does shift our preparation. To answer your question, because you asked me a question, no, I've never seen anything like this in 35 years. We were preparing for both, and now based off of what a lot of people don't realize is that when Lawrence came in there, they had 2 other quarterbacks. The quarterback that played against us last year transferred out. So really they have 2 redshirt freshmen and a freshman with that young man being the quarterback. So we'll switch all our preparation to him. We'll refocus and re-energize ourselves. We did lose one day, but we still have one day to take advantage of it. And it will be different knowing that they've just got one quarterback and they don't have that experienced guy to go back to as a reliever, so to speak, if things don't work out with the freshman.
Coach, in all of college football, among the toughest road games that anybody will have this year is in Death Valley against a third-ranked and unbeaten Clemson team. Ohio State's playing at Penn State, and there's a few others that we can rattle off. You did get a season-opening win on the road in your only road game so far. What's it like this week to pack up the troops again, to know that you have a significant challenge ahead of you?
It's fun. You know, someone said, "Hey, do you ever get those butterflies?" I'm like, "No, not really. I don't. You know, the guys need to go out and do what they do, and we're going to be fine." These games, you get butterflies. This is what it's all about. There's going to be a whole bunch of people in a small town, tripling the population by the time the game starts, it's going to be extremely loud. You're going to lose your voice just trying to communicate with people normally. And there's going to be a lot of fine athletes on the other side of the ball. Major underdogs, and no one thinks you're going to win, and you're going in there and you have to battle anyway. So, yeah, I kind of get up for this. This is kind of fun.
All right, good. Well, let's get back to work. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Matt.
Nothing quite like a Clemson Tiger home game. The Orange in the Dome beat second-ranked Clemson a year ago. They'll take that act on the road and see if they can do it again.